Happy Friday and welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show. I'm Anthony Totri.
Yeah, you are.
Joined as always by Big Pokey.
This guy.
Shane Dieffenbach.
Here we go.
And Donald in the chat. What's up, Donald? Let's fucking go. Happy Friday, boys. Charles
Hello,
in the
friendos.
chat as well. Guys, it is going to be a hell of a day because it's Friday and a hell of a show as well. Obviously, it's Friday, so we got hot or not at the end of the show.
Why do all hot dogs look the same?
I don't know, Shane. Why do all hot dogs look the same?
I don't know, Anthony. Why do all hot dogs look the same?
Because they're all inbred.
They're all inbred.
There we go.
Totri told me that joke this morning, and I wanted to rip my ears off.
Yeah, I was on a Pinterest page that had 75 beef jokes.
Why?
I don't know. I was
All
just
right. Scrap the show.
I would scrap the show.
Well,
Just 75 beef
No,
jokes.
I don't want to hear them. I want this to be a safe space for you. Why were you doing that?
Because we got a barbecue later.
So
So I was
you're
just
preparing?
Yeah, I was just looking at meat jokes.
This was game day. You're watching film?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's exactly
fair.
what I
No,
had. My
that's totally
clipboard
fair.
out. I had the hat backwards. We were ready to go.
Totally fair.
We've also got a special piece of content from Camp Zona that you guys are definitely going to want to stick around and see. Our friend Jalin Conyers obviously playing a big part in that. We're going to also talk a little bit about just who has stood out in fall camp for Arizona State and maybe who has made a name for themselves, whether that be at Camp T or fall camp, because we only got 13 days left till Arizona State kicks off the season. But we're going to start the show today with a little
dancing.
With a little dancing? You didn't tell
Bring
me.
out the dancing lobsters. What if?
Lobsters started coming in?
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
are
that
the
show
lobsters coming in by themselves, or is like somebody bringing them in?
They walk. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're
Okay.
talking about.
I was like, oh no.
So long
That
ago.
what was that? What show was that?
Is it the Amanda Bynes show?
I think so.
The Amanda
Yeah.
Show.
The Amanda Show.
There you go. Not the Amanda Bynes show. My bad. But we're going to start things off today talking a little bit about the future of Arizona State as it relates to the new Big 12. Obviously, ASU moving to the Big 12 starting in 2024 along with Utah, Colorado, Arizona. But today I want to talk about why Arizona State has the potential to be one of the most feared teams in the Big 12. And if you look at what ASU did last year or even the year before, you're sitting there probably like,
These guys okay?
this is a middle of the pack team.
How many winks did you drink?
Not enough. I think this has the potential to be a real turning of the page for Arizona State in terms of just the legacy of this program. Obviously taking a big jump to a new conference. The future of Arizona State is brighter now than I think it's ever been with Kenny Dillingham at the helm. We've seen a lot of Jaden Rashada over the course of the last, five months from spring ball to now. He's worked his way into potentially being the starting quarterback this season, which would be crazy for a true freshman at ASU. But you figure whether he starts this year, plays a lot this year, or doesn't, he's the future of Arizona State. And I think before we even get into anything else, the idea of having Jaden Rashada here for 3 seasons is something that is so promising for Arizona State.
Let's scrap anything about the roster and let's just talk about the program about over the last 10 years in the pack. Since 2017, this team has only had 1 losing season in a Power 5 conference. Like, you can say what you want about underachieving and congratulations on your Sun Bowl victory, Arizona State. But like, they are a team that wins games in the Power 5. And you know, recency bias will tell you 3-9, NCAA investigations, you know, completely overhauled roster, new coaching staff. What is there to look forward to? And there's no way you can rebuild this in 2 years. Well, enter Sandman, Mr. Kenny Dillingham. Like, it's just, unless you're around the program, you don't really understand the hype. Yeah, and that's completely fair. But we're around the program, so we understand it. And that is without even what I was talking about before. Like, this team just historically has won games. I mean, we are only 9 years removed from another Sun Bowl victory, but 2014 they went 10-3 and then won the Sun Bowl.
Yeah.
That is crazy. They have 2 Sun Bowl wins in 5 years. I digress. But yeah, they historically win games in the Power 5. So regardless of the roster, this program wins games.
Yeah, they find ways to get it done. And in reality, when you look at that, they've they've found ways historically to get it done without a coach quite like Kenny Dillingham. You look at Todd Graham, you look at Herm Edwards, just the last 2 coaches for Arizona State. And I think I can confidently say that this is a coaching staff that has just a different edge about them than those 2 staffs did. And obviously those 2 staffs were built slightly differently. But I think in terms of just a team that you don't want to see when Arizona State gets to the Big 12, it is the Sun Devils because of not only Jaden Rashada, not only for the historical factor of this being a program that just simply finds ways to get it done, but the fact that you've got so many unknowns with this coaching staff, and each and every member of this staff has such a unique aspect of like their coaching history.
15 out of the last 21 years, this team has been ranked at some point.
15 out of the last 21 years.
Yep. And they might have underachieved, and that might have been in the preseason, but still, like, there's a reason to believe. David in the chat saying, feared, not likely. Utah is scary, but the other corners aren't. I guess they could develop into a feared, but it might take a while. Yeah, I mean, feared is very subjective. Like, Totri might be scared of clowns. I'm not.
Who said I'm scared of clowns?
I'll
be honest, I don't fuck with clowns.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of them.
I mess with them.
You mess with them?
No, I don't mess with them.
You remember when clowns took over?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Okay.
It was crazy.
What are you scared of? What's like a weird fear of yours?
Like an irrational fear?
Yeah.
Dying in an elevator.
Okay. I'm not scared of dying in an elevator, but Totri is.
Yeah. That's
West Virginia might
terrifying.
be scared of Arizona State, but Utah's not. You know, it's subjective. Sorry, West Virginia. Sorry, Iowa State might be scared of Arizona State.
There you go. Just had to piss off everybody
but Utah
from Ames today. Is that what you had to do?
It is subjective. I agree, though. I mean, feared is an interesting thing to talk about because to be feared, you have to be dominant year in and year out.
Yeah.
And they can get there. Like, if Rashada turns into the guy we think he's going to, they can get there. If he ends up starting this year and he has flashes, and then next year in the Big 12 he starts 3-0 with a gaudy stat line every game, then I think this team would be feared. It's not the question of like when, it's if they are at this point. How feared could they be?
Yeah, and a big part of this also has to deal with the fact that you look at the Big 12 as a whole from a football standpoint with the losses of Oklahoma and Texas. There is not a lot of dominance in terms of just strictly football in the Big 12. Utah is going to come in and be the most feared team in my mind. You look at a team that was 10-4 in 2022, 10-4 in 2021. Obviously, the 2020 season didn't go as planned as it was canceled, but they were above 500 there. They were 11-3 in 2019, 9-5 in 2018. Like, they are the definition of consistency when it comes to football. In my mind, they will be the best team in the Big 12 from a football standpoint.
The first year?
The first year, yeah, I think so. And then, I mean, you look at the 2 teams after Oklahoma and Texas as the pride and joy of football in the Big 12, and that's Baylor and TCU. Baylor was 6-7 last season. They were 12-2 in 2021, then 2-7 in 2020. They're not a very consistent program. They're hit or miss. TCU obviously had a phenomenal year last year, going 13-2.
You know, Iowa State went 1-8 in conference last year.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough for people that live in Ames. But TCU, 13-2 in 2022.
Can you imagine losing a game by 20 and then having to live in Ames, Iowa?
God, dude, you just like to shit on everything from Iowa.
Not everything from Iowa, just everything from Ames.
Give me one thing you like about Iowa right now.
Popcorn. Comes from the kernels.
So I bet I like fucking popcorn.
Yeah.
What does that have to do specifically with Iowa?
There's corn there.
There is, but what makes you believe that the popcorn you've had in your life comes from Iowa?
I would be shocked if I've never had a piece of popcorn that hailed from Iowa. Maybe. I don't know how that...
You know how crazy it is that out of everything in the world that you could be thankful for Iowa, you're like, I'm going to take popcorn.
Okay, well, hold on. Everything in the world?
No, yeah, you're right.
Brother.
Yeah. Don't turn the question on me because I don't have a better answer. I just wanted to throw you under the bus here.
Tim, you got something you like from Iowa?
I got some friends out in Iowa.
He's got some friends
in Iowa.
Yeah.
That's good.
Other than that, they all talk shit about it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Friends in flat places. I got friends in flat places.
People from Iowa don't like Iowa.
Wait till you see Tri Stadium. You'll like it. I don't know if I will.
Okay, cool. But yeah, getting back to TCU, I don't know how we got all the way to popcorn from Iowa. There you go. 13-2 last season, but after that, 5-7 in 2021,
You
6-4
also-
in 2020,
Yeah.
5-7 in 2019. Like, this is not a program that's consistent.
Yeah, but you also have to think about, to play devil's advocate with Utah, like they're going into a completely uncharted territory from the last 5 years with no Cam Rising next year.
That's true.
I don't know what the recruiting class looks like. Forgive me, but you would assume so. And good coaches find a way to win. And Kyle Whittingham is 100% a good coach. But again, and this is something that we haven't talked about because we're not playing there for another year, and there's not really a reason to. And the brand can change, but there's a different brand of football in the Big 12, and it's not like the Pac-12. So you're going to have to adapt to that as well. It's like in the NFL when the Chargers play the Chiefs.
Fuck you for wherever this is going.
Hold on. LT era, fucking the Chiefs could be terrible. They're throwing out who's the Chiefs quarterback, and somebody asked
Matt Castle at one point.
They're throwing out Matt Castle. They might be 5-10 on the season, but when they come to play them in San Diego, RIP, like they're still going to have to respect the Chargers. Are still going to have to respect them because they are division rivals and they play each other. They know how they tick.
That's a fair
ASU
point.
is not going to know how every team ticks yet, but Kansas State and Tech, they know how each other work because they've played each other before. Kansas and West Virginia have played each other before.
Yeah.
So Baylor and TCU have played each other before many times. So like that's the thing you're going to have to get past. But at the same time, they don't know how you play.
Yeah.
They don't know about your third string running back and how, Rashad White's going to come out of nowhere and
do what he does.
A guy like that. Like they don't know that you can throw a Jail Mary.
Yeah.
They don't know. But in all seriousness, they don't know your play style and your tendencies. And I know there's new coaching regimes, but still, things with the same school, they stick.
Yeah.
And they don't know about 102 degrees in September.
No, they fucking don't. Or what? It was 113 yesterday at one point. It's ridiculously hot.
Sorry,
And
Southern Utah.
I don't know if that is going to be necessarily a huge problem for some of these Texas schools, but I mean, you get UCF here, you get Cincinnati here, you get Iowa State here, like BYU. These are teams that are going to be in uncharted territory when it comes to playing Arizona State in September, October, in August. It's just going to be tough.
And Morgantown's going to be scary in November.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Morgantown is going to be scary.
It's going to be cold.
All the clowns and feral people are going to be out.
Feral clowns?
Holy shit.
By the way, so your guest yesterday on the show for West Virginia commented on the YouTube and said, like, thanks so much for having me on. By the way, Deliverance was not filmed in West Virginia.
Well, it's still feral people.
Yeah, I know.
There are people in the mountains. He also said the Appalachian Mountains are beautiful, not scary. They probably are beautiful. I would like to go on the hike there.
Things can be beautiful and scary at the same time.
Yeah, beautifully scary. I'd carry a knife with me while I was going through those mountains. David makes a good point, though. He makes a good point. He echoes what I said.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the quarterback next year? But also says Kansas State and Texas Tech will be very good going forward. We don't know that because this is in our conference, and we're ready to learn.
Yeah.
And hopefully not the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair. Look, we've talked about the coaching staff. We've talked about Jaden Rashada.
Talked about clowns.
We've talked about clowns. Iowa. One thing we haven't talked about, really.
Was that on purpose?
Yeah.
We talked about the clowns in Iowa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the clowns.
The Iowan clowns? Is that people from Iowa? Iowans? Iowanians?
Ionians?
Ionians? I don't know what they are. It is what it is. Nobody's actually from Iowa.
Okay, stop. Let's go.
We haven't talked about the recruiting and how important that can be in terms of building a program the way Kenny Dillingham and this coaching staff are currently trying to build it.
Hey, TCU. Brian Carrington helped that. He recruited a lot of those DBs.
He did. He absolutely did.
So
how important do you think year one in the Big 12 is going to be in terms of further establishing a recruiting culture for Arizona State and Texas?
I mean, you already have planted. This is what's so great about the start of this year is you've already kind of planted your seed in that area. You already you've claimed territory there because of how many guys from Texas to Tempe. It's a hashtag you on Twitter. They have already done that before going to the Big 12, and now you're going to Big 12 territory. You've seen some recruiting from Florida already. You've seen some recruiting farther east. You obviously have the activating the Valley and staying home, but a huge thing is the Texas to Tempe. And I don't know if you know this, Anthony, but there's some schools in Texas that are in the Big 12. So not only can you be like, hey, come watch us play, at Sun Devil Stadium. But I know you're from Waco. Just come up for the Baylor game.
Yeah.
Like,
and
it's huge.
In terms of that, right, there is a lot of kids that I feel like they're stuck between the idea of staying home, but also wanting to go get that new experience.
Best of both worlds. And Montana, baby.
Exactly. There you go. Arizona State could be that perfect middle ground for some of these kids in Texas.
Here's our show clip for today. Could Arizona State be the next Hannah Montana?
The Hannah Montana of the Big 12.
Yeah.
That's going on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely going on YouTube. I don't know how many clicks it's going to get. Somebody needs to get Hannah Montana trending again. But yeah.
I don't know if I want that.
What?
If I saw Hannah Montana trending on Twitter, I'd be like, oh.
Miley Cyrus is trending because she just announced her new album that's coming out next week.
Good.
It's going to be our most viewed clip ever. It's going to be hilarious. I think it is a perfect balance for some of these kids in Texas, and we know how good Texas high school football players are and just how good Texas football is. Being able to offer somebody the experience of getting away from home, but also the ability to go see your friends and family in Texas from time to time, going to play at some of these places, like, I think that is certainly going to be a big part of the recruiting pipeline in Texas. And
the last point I want to make on this is, like, it's not a football conference. It's not known as a football conference, but there are no schmoes. It's not like
just Iowa State.
Stop it. They're not. This isn't a weaker football conference. I mean, maybe from this year, like, I think the Pac-12 is better this year, but overall, like, the only Leah correcting herself, new single, not album. The only, like, this conference is only going to get better at football.
Yeah.
They're going to be forced to get better. There's going to be more money. There's going to be more recruits that are going to the Big 12. Like, the football conference is going to get better. Like, you're not walking in and you're not dominating if you're Utah. ASU. Or Colorado.
I think it is year one of the new Big 12 when all of these schools actually start conference play in 2024. I think is going to be one of the most exciting, like, the 2024 season with the Big 10 and the Big 12 might go down as one of the most exciting college football seasons in the last 25 years, simply because you are getting so many new powerhouse defining programs playing teams that they would never play in conference play and that they've never played in conference play. You're going to get USC and Ohio State. You're going to get Oregon and Michigan. You're going to get Arizona State and TCU. You're going to get Utah and BYU. Like, you're getting a bunch of these matchups consistently now, but that'll obviously be the first time that they're, like, really conference matchups. So I'm super excited for that 2024 season. It is certainly going to be exciting. And like we said, I think Arizona State has they have the ability to really try and elevate this program, I think, in that 2024 season more so than they have, at least in the last half decade, maybe even 10 years. But before we move on, I want to tell you a little bit about our friends over at Pins and Aces. Guys, Pins and Aces is the official golf apparel partner of PHNX and ALLCITY. We're talking about the recruiting for some of those kids in Texas. Another selling point, guys, the golf in Arizona is simply better than it is in Texas. But no matter where you're golfing, guys.
Whoa,
what?
Texas has some pretty great golf.
It's not
Actually,
Arizona.
no, yeah, it's not close.
It's not Arizona. I mean, regardless of where you're golfing, Pins and Aces.
That's like 1A, 1B, though.
Okay, sure.
Now, if we're talking
They're
Iowa,
going to fit you. They're going to fit you, whether you're in Arizona, Texas, even Iowa. Guys, they make amazing polos, hats, golf bags, and even our favorite beer sleeve, an innovative product that allows you to store 7 beers right inside your golf bag and keep drinks cold the entire round. We know how important keeping those drinks cold is when you're in a place like Arizona. Check out pinsandaces.com and use that promo code PHNX to receive 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com.
Rudy in the chat being an asshole. What else is new? Rudy, you saying that U of A is going to keep out recruiting ASU is like saying that, like, your shit smells better than mine. They're both not great. Like, ooh, my national rank is 49th. Yours is only 50th. Who cares? Stop it. Rudy, go annoy Mike Luke. And
I'm sure he already did that today.
Yeah, and maybe go get some FOCO. They got some U of A stuff you can buy as well. Guys, check out FOCO, they always have our back for Arizona sports, and they have yours too. Get the best gear around by visiting www.foco.com and using code PHNX for all non-presale items. They got our set decorations. Plus, they got some really fun stuff for baseball season. You know, if the D-backs want to make this final playoff push, they're going to have to do it soon. And if you want to help rally them, you can go get yourself a rally cap at FOCO. As I said, guys, get some stuff at FOCO. Get the best gear around by visiting www.foco.com and using code PHNX for all non-presale items. Use that promo code PHNX for 10% off.
Use it. FOCO. Get it on your tables, on your shelves, in your homes.
On
you. Okay, do that as well.
Get in it. FOCO.
Okay. Shane, what do you want to do here first? Do you want to show everybody this new cool piece of content we have before we talk about the standouts from fall camp, or do you want to talk fall camp standouts and then deliver this piece of content?
Let's deliver some content.
Let's deliver some content then. So you went up to Camp T, what was it, Friday?
This was Friday, the day before the scrimmage.
And they had their little dodgeball tournament.
Hey,
well,
they had a big dodgeball tournament.
They had a big dodgeball tournament.
Yeah.
And you got the luxury of getting up close and personal.
Yeah, Jalen was holding a lavalier mic and just kind of yelling. But we got some really good stuff and spliced it all together. Intern Tim helped me out with this, so we can go ahead and roll the content. This was Camp T Dodgeball.
The team with the most white boys gonna win. White boys is good at random stuff like dodgeball, and pickleball, golf, ping pong. Yeah, white boys good at all that stuff.
We got a pregame interview with team member of BMF, Will Schaefer. What's your strategy going into this dodgeball game?
Man, strategy, man. Dip, duck, dive. What's the other one? Dodge. You know the rest, man. That's all we can do, man. We real deal athletes. We about to take first place.
Hey, you be on there. Man. What's up? Adama Fall.
Man,
hey, big win for the Africans.
You feel me? We came into the game plan knowing that we better than everybody else here. Really, we have a really diverse squad with a lot of different skill sets. So really, I think this is our competition, man, and we taking this home.
Hey, Trent. Oh, he's too famous. Hey, Allie, you tell him. Hey, you tell him. This team is wiping them right now. Ugh. Oh yeah, catch by BJ Green. Hey, you got two very athletic people over here though. They can maybe make something work. You don't think?
No.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, BJ got hit on top of the arm. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, on top of the arm. We're all down to Gio. Oh, what a wait! Whoa! You passed the line. No. Hey, Kenny! What a call by Kenny Dillingham. Hey, that was quite the call. Being right on the line. That was quite the call. Absolutely. Meanwhile, Scat just running around with his socks off and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I'm rooting for Gio right now. I can't lie to you. Whoa! Big shot by Giosati Sanders. Gio is fighting. We got a 1-on-4. That's a great shot by Tate.
What did I tell you? Did you see who closed the game?
What a fight, man. Hey, did everything you could. Hey, you were the all-star on the team, man. MVP for real. Hey, good stuff, man. Anything you want to say?
Shout out Slimy Devils. Shout out the team, man. We're going to keep working.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Hey, we got bets up right here. We got money on the table. Let's go. No money. No actual money.
Winner, 20. All right, whoever you pick, whoever the loser is, 20 on command push-ups. Whenever I say, you got to do a push-up.
Oh, on command. Y'all see this right here?
20 on command push-ups.
RPV bet.
Stand up!
I'm sorry if I'm screaming right now. Ed is just all. Oh, here it comes again. Oh my goodness. That is a rocket. There is a cannon on his arm. What a shot by JoJo.
Yeah! How about them apples? Now you know how I feel!
got it out of bounds, so that does not count. It's not an out. He was out of bounds. Got some BMX. 3-2, okay? Hey, 3-2, okay? Here we go. It's really 3-3 because BJ's just like, his defense is elite. Y'all know that already if y'all come out on Saturdays to watch Sun Devil football. Oh, that's what a shot by BJ. We're down, it's 2-2. It's not over till it's over. Pat's out, Pat's out. He's out, Thunderbird's out. Yeah, come here. 2 on 5. Oh! Great defense, man. Oh, shot! That's game. Right here, championship, baby! That's the spring, that's the fall, that's what we do! I want them drug tested. Can I get a push up? Right now? Can I get a push up right now? I want to punch him in the face. Okay. You're not even going all the way up, if you're being honest. For everyone that watches this, especially my parents, I know you're going to be mad. Actually, I won't even make you bleep it. F you, Bryce Pierre. How I'm feeling right now. I'm going to hit him. When we go to bed tonight, he's going to have whipped cream everywhere. So yeah, that was Camp T Dodgeball Tournament. Thank you for coming out to practice. Tune into the podcast. We'll be tweeting them out soon. Works up, baby.
Oh my goodness. That was something.
The one thing I want to point out, there's two things actually. First of all, Ed Woods has a gosh darn rocket of an arm.
That was a cannon.
It is crazy how hard he throws a dodgeball. I think he played baseball in high school. Secondly, Trent Bourget's elusiveness
footwork
is ridiculous. The footwork. Kenny's watching that and being like,
that was something. Little read option, little Trent Bourget read option.
Not even read option, just like they're engage aiding, and he's just woo, woo.
That was a lot of fun. That was absolutely a lot of fun. Down in the chat, this content was amazing. Shout out to you guys for that. No, absolutely. Shout out Shane for going up there a day early and getting all that content. Also filming a High Point episode from out there. If you haven't seen that, definitely find that on our YouTube, or you can go back and listen to that show wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, etc. But Camp T, we know, was obviously a pivotal time for a lot of guys really trying to earn starting spots, maybe get an edge in some of these position battles. So that's where I kind of want to transition and start to talk about some of the guys that really stepped up during fall camp, because we do have less than 2 weeks at this point till Arizona State starts the season. And I think there have definitely been some guys that have skyrocketed their stock with just 13 days left. So I think you and I will go back and forth here. But I think for me, Melquan Stovall is a guy that has definitely boosted his stock. And I think when there was in spring, when he had transferred, or the announcement was made that he was going to transfer to Arizona State, and we'd seen just how many different wide receivers had really been added to Arizona State's roster. Xavier Guillory, Gio was coming back, Jake Smith. There's just so many wide receivers, and we've talked about how it is such a deep room.
Yeah.
But Melquan has really, really made the most of his reps, especially when he's running with the ones. And I think between him and Gio, I think they both provide just phenomenal number 3 options for Arizona State. But I think just what Melquan's been able to prove as a little bit of a smaller wide receiver.
Yeah. He's on the ground a lot.
He is on the ground a lot.
But I don't. He's always just
he's on the ground a lot.
He is. He's so shifty. Yeah, I agree. I think he's definitely a guy who, it hasn't even felt like it's been in camp, because he's just like, as soon as he got here, it was just like, okay, this dude is different.
Yeah. I think he has one of the. I think he might have.
Don't say it.
He might have one of the best hands.
Okay, I thought you were going to say names. I was like, it's good.
No, he quite literally has he's top 2, top 3 on the team in terms of hands.
Yeah, reliability.
He's got sticky hands.
Yeah, but not like spectacular catch hands. Like he'll make a catch, but he's not like I mean, he's no Elijah Badger type freak where he can
totally
go up and,
two different
go up
types.
and get one. Yeah. No, he's definitely a standout. For me, I think running back who separated himself is Cam Scattaboo. Like I think he's RB1 right now in my mind. It's a guy who had a lot to prove because, he obviously put up a ton of yards last year at Sac State, but it's at Sac State. You got to prove you can do it at a Power 5 Division I level. Yeah. And I think he did. And I wouldn't be shocked if he gets the first carry of the year, and many more after that. So he's a guy who stood up for me. And the pass catching game too. The dude is way shiftier than he has the right to be.
Yeah,
he's not built like he should be, and he's all the tools. All the tools. He's like a running back you build on Madden, where you're like, I'm gonna make him a bowling ball type, but he's also gonna be able to. He has a 99 elusiveness.
Yeah, he's Mike Tolbert mixed with Danny Woodhead.
Whoa. I don't want to get that out of my head. I don't like that at all.
I think one of the more impressive things about Scat too is the fact that he's doing this in a pretty deep running back room with guys that have really come from all over. You've got a guy in Tevin White who I think a lot of people figured he was going to start to get more carries. He's one of the fastest backs on the team. To Carlos Brooks, obviously having a big role over at Cal last season. And then a guy like Javen Jacobs who's made the way over from wide receiver to running back, and yet Scat's the one to be the guy.
I can't wait for a split back formation in shotgun, and having Javen and Cam or somebody else, seeing whenever I think of a Kenny offense or a Kenny play, it's just scram, go, run.
It's fun.
Yeah, and a handoff that you have to keep honest with Scattaboo. And then, whoever the starter is pulls it, and all of a sudden Javen Jacobs is running right at a linebacker. Linebacker's like, oh my God. Yeah, he's like, oh. That man is a wide receiver out of the backfield.
Javen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Javen's gonna have a good
that's
year.
what I mean. It's terrifying.
No, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and move to the defensive side of the ball for my next one. Xavier Alford, a guy who we're still waiting to see if his NCAA waiver goes through and he gets to play this season in an Arizona State uniform. But regardless, the camp that he has had, and I think this is really a testament to the work that he's put in the summer. He looks much bigger. He looks like a prototypical NFL safety the way that he is built.
I think I've said this on the show before, but he reminds me so much of Quandre Diggs.
Yeah.
He's just he could play center field. He can play that run game, but he's also just flying. Anytime you see a blur, you're like, oh, I know that's two. That's two. That's number two. I hope he can play because he would be such a big piece to this defense.
Such a big piece specifically in run defense too, because we know how bad of a run defending team this was last year.
No.
Yeah, they were
Come
bad.
on.
Yeah, look, they're still running for 400 yards on Donnie's defense right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The shift lead from McDonald's at Eastern Michigan has just gone for his 6th touchdown.
God.
Shit.
Damn it, Donnie. But yeah, no, Xavier
Stop
Alford
putting salt on fruits, Donnie.
is definitely he's going to be a problem for offenses this season if he gets a chance to play. And I've been really, really impressed with what he's been able to do and stand out in a secondary that has really a lot of talented pieces in Jordan Clark and Ro Torrance and Chris Edmonds. Xavier Alford's been the one to really stand out for me.
Yeah, my next guy's in the secondary as well. And I think he's probably stood out the most and made the biggest leap in camp. It's Ed Woods, and not just because of his arm. He is that number 2 corner. He's going to be opposite of Ro Torrance, I think, against Southern Utah here in 2 weeks. He's just separated himself. And every play where you're like, damn, who was that? It's Ed Woods. And he, you see the build, you see the length. He's rangy, he's skinny, he's built like a corner, a Division I corner, but he just is so instinctive out there. Kenny said it. He's had the best camp, and it's just the strides he's made are so impressive.
Yeah, no, very, very impressive. Lonnie in the chat, where is your Big 12 Arizona flag?
It's on its way.
Yeah, it's supposed to get here 2024. UPS said so.
It's been delayed a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. George Kleofkoff is
supply chain issues.
Yeah,
George
he's
is
walking it over. He's sewing it
and walking it.
Yeah. So obviously, what happens with that flag? Keeping it on the defensive side of the ball, Will Schaefer. Will Schaefer, I think for me has been a real real interesting prospect just to watch from the tail end of last season through the spring to now. Obviously, the Arizona State defense was supposed to have a guy in Juju Mitchell that was transferring over and was probably going to start opposite Trey Brown this season in the heart of that Arizona State defense, but obviously Juju getting dismissed from the team. Will Schaefer has stepped up in this defense. Doesn't look like it's missed a beat. In reality, Will Schaefer is a guy that when you look at a linebacker built to stop the run, Will Schaefer he's built like that. He's
got some great expressions too, as you saw in the video.
Him and Trey Brown, I think, are both going to be really fun players to watch. Obviously, the linebacker depth is probably a little bit of a concern for this team, but I am very, very confident in what I've seen from Will Schaefer and his progression over the last 2-3 weeks as it relates to fall camp.
Let's I wasn't even going to bring this guy up because he's this is what I expected from him, but I'm going to bring him up now because you brought up the linebackers when you brought him up. Trey Brown is we haven't talked about this yet, but he is we were worried about losing Sully. Losing Kyle Sully was okay, Captain America, the leader of your defense, is gone. You already had a weak linebacker room. No more Merlin. Who's going to lead this defense? And it's going to be Trey Brown. Yeah. He is so vocal out there on the field. He is so smart. He is so middle linebacker. You just know, middle linebackers have to be the smartest guys on the defense, basically, because they are communicating, they are relaying plays, they are calling everything out, they are making adjustments, they are the heart and soul and center of the defense. You have to be able to talk, and he embodies that. He is going to be that guy this year, and I expected him to most likely start, especially coming with Brian Ward and having that experience in his defenses.
Yeah,
but also just as a leader, it has blown me away. And that's something that's so slept on, especially you know how lucky Arizona State and Brian Ward are to have him come over with him, because that is such an underrated piece. That's like having a offensive coordinator come over,
bring his quarterback.
Yeah. It is exactly like that. So it's huge.
And I mean, just from a physical standpoint, Trey Brown is he is a monster.
It's a dude.
If you are an ASU fan and you look at just the linebackers that they've obviously had, Vontez Burfict was obviously just a phenomenal one for ASU. His NFL career is what it is. Terrell Suggs, obviously. But guys that stick out to me was the 1-2 punch of DJ Calhoun and Christian Sam. Just a few years ago. They were really dominant guys. And I will say Trey Brown. Linebacker? Trey Brown reminds me of Christian Sam. And you look at the size comparison, both are 6'2". When they were at ASU, Travion Brown at 245, Christian Sam was a light 237. Trey Brown is built to be a linebacker, and not a lot of defenses can say that they've got a guy, a true quarterback in the center of their defense like Trey Brown.
Yeah.
So the last real big standout for me is honestly Bryce Pierre. This is a tight end room that has Jalin Conyers, Messiah Swinson, and then Bryce Pierre. Obviously, a lot of people, I think, going into the fall and even the spring really viewed him as the 3. But Bryce Pierre is a physical specimen in and of himself, and he has made the most of every single rep this fall, starting from the very first practice. And one thing that I think he does better than any of the tight ends on the roster is block. He blocks better in my mind than Messiah Swinson. He blocks better than Jalin. Sorry, Corn.
Jalin will tell you that.
But he's just, not only does he do that, but when the ball's thrown to him, this is a guy that's 6'6". He's going to go up and get it. He presents so such a mismatch for defenders. And again, I think Bryce Pierre is going to be a guy that we're coming week 3, week 4. And you're damn, number 13 finds his way on the field.
I think week 1. I think we see him week 1 and we see him make a difference week 1.
Yeah.
He's 2 for me. He's tight end 2 for me. I think he is. He was awesome at Camp T. He's been awesome these last couple of weeks. He's had to step up, and he's physical specimen that he put on a lot of weight too this offseason. He looks good. And I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. Plus 13 is such a great tight end number.
It is.
If you're not going to wear an 80 something, you got to wear 13.
He looks like a wide receiver.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Megatron out there.
Yeah.
When he's just size. I'm not going to give you that much credit, Bryce. Sorry.
You're not Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, not yet. We'll see.
There you go. Not yet. Guys, before we move on to Hot or Not, I want to tell you a little bit about OGs.
Oh, geez.
You scared me.
We got something new.
Geez. OGs. You want to tell the folks? You want to do this with me? You want to hand it?
Oh yeah, I can tell the folks. Well, let's see the thing slide in right now. What is that on the bottom of that? That's a code. Is that a promo code,
That's
Anthony?
a promo code. Promo code PHNX. Guys, I can't believe we have a code.
I'm so
to be honest
juiced.
with you, I can't believe it because OGs.
I'm more juiced than the
all the
fruits.
flavors. There we go. I was waiting for it, guys. They have a ton of different flavors: the fruits, the creams, watermelon, red apple, peach, orange creamsicle, peaches and cream, guys, and all of those Hall of Fame flavors in one place. And now, being a PHNX listener, just got a whole lot sweeter thanks to our buds over at OG's Brands. Starting today through August 31st, August 31st. I had a little bit of a lisp there. You can get 25% off 100 milligram bags of the fruits and the creams at all Arizona, the Flower Shop locations. All you have to do is place an online/pickup order and use discount code PHNX at checkout. That's right. The deal is pretty much exclusive to our PHNX listeners. And reminder, it's available only for online and pickup orders. Discount code PHNX is active until August 31st. So when Arizona State kicks off, you better have got yourself some OGs, guys. So
hopefully you need less than last year.
To hashtag Flavor in Life.
Hopefully you don't need an OGs after Southern Utah.
OGs not for not just to ease the pain.
Yeah.
But also to
celebrate.
There you go.
Flavoring life.
Flavoring life, OGs.
Flavor the life and flavor. You know what has a lot of flavor? I bet if we were able to taste it.
Are you gonna say sunglasses?
The sun.
There. Oh my god!
I bet the sun tastes good.
I bet you it doesn't. I bet you the sun tastes like a fucking ball of fire.
Well, yeah, but if it didn't hurt and we could tolerate the heat, I bet it would taste good.
What the fuck does that mean?
It would taste
you could
like
eat the sun.
It would taste like gas.
No,
don't eat gas
don't
or
eat,
sniff gas.
Don't eat
drink
gas.
Bad. Shady Rays. Guys.
Yeah, where the fuck?
You can.
Oh, I got you.
Stare at the sun. Don't stare at the sun. You can't stare at the sun with your Shady Rays on, but
Max, I'm sorry.
the sun will try to stare at you, and you got to put your Shady Rays on. You can shop their entire collection at their brand new in-person location at the Kierland Commons, a full-stop shop for all things Shady Rays. And if you don't love your Shady Rays, why wouldn't you? You can exchange them for a new pair.
Wait, I have an answer. Because they're dumb. If you don't love Shady Rays, you're dumb.
Return them free within 30 days, or maybe they don't yeah. Stop calling people dumb.
Stop telling people to eat the sun.
I'm not telling people. I'm just saying it would probably taste good. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has you back exclusively for... Wait, Donald, I thought I did no wrong.
Thank you, Donald. Well, you did. You did do wrong.
Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out the best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code PHNX for 50. That's 50% off. 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try it yourself. The shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Sorry, guys. Don't eat the sun. Well, I mean...
Don't even try.
Well,
actually, I don't know how you'd start that.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Again, never mind.
No, you need to stop.
Yeah. Lonnie asking, do people feel like they're the Big 12 or the Pac in Arizona? We feel like we're under the sun and it's hot.
We're in purgatory.
All the time.
We're in purgatory.
No.
Conference purgatory?
We're like kids like looking out the window, ready for recess, and the bell's about to ring. But we
Why are our metaphors always...
No, stop it. Just stop. Hot or not?
No, don't say... No, this is not on me.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Leah, who's hot this week? It should be neither one of us.
I mean, you know what? You're right.
Don't make it Sean.
Yeah, you know what?
God damn! He's not even on the show!
I was going to make it Totri just because of Shane's son ad read.
And the show.
And then Totri was just so sus
And
I
show.
couldn't. No, I mean,
I was sus? That was sus?
You are going to say yes. Everybody knows what you're going
What
to
was
say.
I going to say, Shane?
Everybody knows what
no,
you're
we don't
going
need to say. Okay.
What's the first
Hot
topic?
or not? Jeez. Okay. Hot or not?
Eating balls of fire.
Twitter removing the block function. Hot or not?
Not hot. Not hot at all.
No.
If I need to block somebody, I should be able to block somebody and never have to see their shit ever again.
I've thankfully never had to block anybody, but you know, a common theme around people is they suck. Most of them suck. Most people
Most?
Yeah, I would beg to say that most people are terrible.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I don't. A lot of people are, at least, and there are some awful people on the internet, especially because they can act like they're not a real person and do burner accounts and annoy the shit out of people and stalk people and You know, especially for like in sports, like that sucks. That sucks if you're like a low level team. You don't have a ton of followers, but like
Iowa State.
You got one person that's like, you know, it's just it sucks. Not hot.
Yeah,
So
no. Charles
stupid.
brings it up. Ice cold blocking is a necessity. Yeah, if you want to have a good run game, blocking is
I knew you were gonna
definitely
say
a
that.
must.
You know what else sucks? You stop it.
What's the next topic, Leah?
All right. So we're having a work barbecue tonight.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, meat party.
Meat fiesta.
A meat party.
A meet and greet.
A meet and greet. So in honor of that, I thought let me come up with some barbecue related questions. So hot or not, Beyond Meat, you know, like that meat
Is Beyond
alternative.
Meat the fake meat?
Yes.
No, fuck that.
Look, if people can do what they want. Like, I understand that you don't like
No, they can't.
the industrialization of cows and animals and how they treat them. 100% stand for what you want to stand for. So yeah, the fact that it's made is fine with me. I've had Beyond Meat. That's fine. Not great, but it's fine. For me, it's not hot, but the idea of it is hot because let people stand for what they want to stand for.
It's made of peas, mung beans, which I don't know what the fuck that is,
That's
and
not
rice.
Not all of it is.
It just says the protein in the Beyond. Oh, this is specifically for
It's
the Beyond
Carl's
burger.
Jr.
Sorry, Carl's Jr. smacks. So, but Beyond Meat, not good. Not good. I don't understand the idea of if you're not going to just like if you want to taste what like a burger tastes like, then just get a burger.
No, because people
Are you defending? You're defending like the fake meat.
Yeah. I'm defending that. I don't like it. Like I'm not out there eating it.
So it's not hot.
You didn't listen to me because you're reading from Carl's Jr.'s
You're right.
website.
I was, and I couldn't process
All right, well,
it.
I'm not going to repeat it because the people already heard it.
You're saying Beyond Meat is hot?
No.
I'm offended. That's honestly, I can't with you. What's the last topic?
All right, hot or not. This one doesn't have a theme. I just thought of it. Hot or not, cocktail hours at weddings.
I mean, hot. Drinking's awesome.
Wait. But like cocktail, like there's no open bar.
No, like you know that time it's between.
Yes, between the
Yeah,
reception.
of course
and
there's an
the-
open bar.
Okay. Well, of course, not everywhere has like an open bar.
Okay, well, for the sake of this one, there's an open bar, but it's a cocktail hour.
Yeah, I know that's pretty hot. Yeah, drinking is pretty hot.
Drinking's awesome.
Yeah, especially when you're at a wedding, it's elevated.
You know what's better than drinking?
Uh,
Drinking responsibly.
and drinking at a wedding.
I do not find cocktail. I just think it's so boring. I'm like, let's get going. Let's get partying.
Well, you could party at cocktail hour. Who's stopping you from doing that?
It's just not the vibe.
It's just frowned upon.
I don't know.
Well, make it the vibe.
Yeah.
You can always like turn. I don't know. Like you can make it your own thing.
It's hot.
Yeah, cocktail hours is super hot. I want to go to a wedding, man.
Stop it, dude.
What?
Stop it.
What? What is that a stop it for?
You're Dr. Wedding Man.
Dr. Wedding Man?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Whatever. We got to end this show so that I could check the BetMGM Sportsbook app because I have an 11-leg parlay with the bonus bet that they gave me today. So I'm super excited to not win $2,000 on my 11-leg parlay, but we'll see. Guys, BetMGM, they're handing out money. Literally, I've gotten a bonus bet, I think, every Friday for the last month.
Everybody has.
They're literally just giving you money. And football season is right around the corner, both college football and the NFL. So it is a perfect time to get over on BetMGM. Sign up and use that bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live. But for our Arizona audience, place your first bet offer and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if it loses. Check out the show notes for full details. And now listen to Big Pokey talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-522-4700 Nevada. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Kansas, Nevada, New York, or Ontario. Totri just touched my legs.
Dude!
I'm sorry. I had to be a rat.
Why are you lying?
Because
You're a liar.
No, because every time I come close to touching it, see, you're doing it right now.
No, dude, I don't know. I've got a weird.
Gross.
No, it's not gross.
And then Anthony just
It's
decides,
not a weird.
what do I want to do? I'm going to caress my co-host's
No, I
leg.
didn't caress your dog.
And then look him in the eyes and say, what are you doing later? Anthony, that's weird.
You're lying.
Cocktail hour or no cocktail hour, it's always Four Peaks time. Guys, Four Peaks is the best beer in Arizona. What do you think, Anthony? Yeah, go get Four Peaks wherever you get your beer, and you can go to the Four Peaks 8th Street Pub down there in Tempe if you're... Oh, also tomorrow, we can go to Four Peaks after the Burrito Express meet and greet. 1 to 2:30 or 3. Jalin, Elijah, the Borges, and a bunch of other ASU football players will be at Burrito Express, and then we'll hit Four Peaks after. So come out to that, come hang out, and if you're going to drink Four Peaks, you got to be 21 years or older to drink it, and please drink responsibly. Guys, it's been a pleasure. As always, make sure you have a safe and fun weekend. We'll be back on Monday. We got a bunch of fun stuff planned for you. Next week is the final week of preview mode before our game. Thursday, a week from Thursday is the first game of the season, so make sure to come hang out with that. And please leave a like. Bobby is begging and pleading, and we will not let him out of the screen until you leave a like. So make sure to do that. As I said, we'll see you guys on Monday, every Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. You can follow Totri on Twitter at Anthony_Totri. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Dief. Totri's touching me as always. And we'll see you guys here next week. But until then, peace.